Welcome to our channel Hjerte or Heart at Home. Today we're doing our interview in English with Norwegian subtitles because we have our American friends here today, Steve and Lorraine Box. So would you please be so kind to tell us more about who you are, where you're from, how many kids you have, grandkids, etc.?
Yeah. Are we old enough to have grandkids?
I don't think we look old enough to have grandkids.
No, you
yeah,
don't.
Yeah, we actually do. So, yeah, I'm Steve. My wife, Lorraine, you can tell the difference because I don't have any hair. But we have just recently celebrated 40 years of marriage and are still very much in love. And we have
On most days.
On most days.
On most days.
We have two grown sons who
Married.
are both married and have families of their own. And now we have 7 grandkids.
We do. We have 7 grandkids, and our oldest is 12, and our youngest granddaughter is 1. So we're blessed. We're from Redding, California. We are a part of Bethel Church there in Redding, and we just love being a part of what God's doing in regards to family and marriage. So
Wow. And these guys are amazing people. They have been in Norway several times and doing marriage retreats and different kind of teachings that has impacted my life and my husband's life. We just want to ask today, because we're doing a series on how to live as a Christian family.
Right.
And we really want to hear from you. Because you guys have raised kids, now you have grandchildren, you have been doing a lot of Christian ministry. How to live as a Christian family? How do we do this?
yeah, I think one of the things that we have learned over the years that has really bonded us and held us together as a family of faith is to have fun.
Wow.
And I know that doesn't sound very spiritual, but it's deeply bonding, impacting, where you're making memories, you're learning yourself, you're discovering who your kids are as they're growing up. And sometimes those fun things are scary fun things. I think one of the funnest things we did as a family was we would play hide and go seek in the dark.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And turn out all the lights. And as the boys got older, it got a little bit more challenging because they wanted to up the challenge. So it had to be scarier, darker, more difficult hiding places, louder scares. Isn't that true?
It was, yeah.
And so I would hide in the bedroom, and our bedroom would be off limits. But, I think learning to have fun, doing things that are spontaneous, outside of the norm. I remember one year, for your birthday, we, the boys and I, we had made a birthday cake the day before, and we served him birthday cake with candles for breakfast.
Cool.
Just so not normal, so out of the norm, and just I think you keep this edge of adventure and of mystery and novelty and fun. I can remember we were missionaries in Kenya and going camping, the boys sleeping in a tent, and in the morning telling us about the hippos that were all around their tent,
They came up out of the lake and were actually all around their tent.
Wow. During the night?
During the night,
yeah. And, I think things that give you the opportunity to make memories that when we talk as a family, our kids aren't talking about the difficult, hard things of their childhood. They are reliving these wild and crazy, fun moments that have bonded their hearts.
I think one of the things that is so important, too, is the fact that she mentioned that we were missionaries for a number of years living overseas. And so the obvious thing is that as a family, not just us, but as a family, we were in ministry together.
Right.
And so we were constantly doing things, in ministry and in that whole capacity of really reaching out and doing outreach and working as a family and presenting the gospel and so on. But in that context of ministry, we were always looking for things to do that were just exciting and new and fun. And so it was all a part. They even looked at ministry as such fun and fun times, which made them want to be involved. It was exciting to be involved in ministry.
This last year, so now we have grandkids and our sons and their spouses, so we all got together during the summer and had a family time together, a week together. And one night we had a game night, outrageous game. We just created these really crazy games. And Papa and Yaya, we gave them thousands of points, you know, and had them we had 2 teams and had them come up their own team name and their chant and just crazy.
Yeah.
You just see all their little personalities come out in this setting, you know, in this family context and setting. It was so fun.
It was fun.
It
and
was
I think the other
crazy fun.
And I think the things that we experienced as well, when we have times like that with our family, and particularly now with grandkids, it's such an incredible bonding time that then even when we have times together with them individually, when things come up, they're so bonded and they're so close and they feel so connected that they're very open in sharing the hurts and the challenges and the difficult things that are going on in their life. And we have such an open avenue to speak into their lives.
Wow, that's good.
So fun and adventure is a powerful bonding and connecting tool in family.
And making those good memories that the kids will remember when they get older. And I also want to ask you about one other thing. How to live as a Christian family and how do you raise kids to love Jesus? How do you raise kids to be connected with Him? And
Well, you love Jesus first.
Exactly.
Good point.
That's a big one.
There has to be a modeling of that and an example.
Modeling.
But I think even I was just thinking before we started this about even when our kids were really young, and some of the things that when we were preparing actually to go into missions, we knew that it wasn't just a calling I had, it wasn't just a calling Mom had. We were really sensing and feeling things, but even though our kids were so young, we involved them in the process and learning to hear the voice of God.
In the process. And in the journey.
And even when they weren't sure and they were questioning, it's like, no, let's just spend some time. Let's hear what God's saying about this, which started for them a way of being able just in any kind of a situation to draw on the strength of the Lord and the fact that they could hear God for themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old were they when you started to learning them about listening to the voice of God and things like that?
6 and 8
Wow.
years old. It was amazing, honestly, to us. What they would hear was just so along the lines of what God was speaking to Steve and I. So it's unprompted, it's unscripted, just making this place of adventure with God, again, fun, making it real, making it authentic. Our life in Christ isn't something we do, it's who we are. It's the being, you know? And I think that aspect with our kids, when they saw that our life wasn't perfect, they saw that our life was not without hardship, they saw us draw near to God and call on God as a family, as individuals, as a couple. And I think because we loved the Lord well, and it was a pleasure to have God the central part of our life, that was just natural for them to develop that clear sense of loving God and knowing God. And it was just a normal part of everyday life.
Wow. And I think, too, one of the things that we really noticed was the more that was the value that we had in just hearing the voice of God. And then once we got a word, even it might get tough later on, we held firm to that. And we saw that even play out for them when we were we homeschooled them for a number of years. Then they went to a mission school for some years. And then we had decided to come back and homeschool again.
During high school.
Which is
the hardest years.
Yeah, it was hard years. And so, but then we were really wanting them to decide. We were giving them a certain, so will we go ahead and continue homeschooling, or will you go back into the school? We were praying that they would consider still homeschooling. But we weren't going to make that decision for them.
And that was one of the greatest tests, I think, in parenting for us, was to trust the Lord with their hearts in that journey.
And trust that they could really hear Him well.
So just trusting that God will speak to them. And that they are old enough to also decide with you and with God.
This went on for a few weeks.
They had the opportunity
to really just be able to pray and hear God. And so one night we'd be at the dinner table and no, we've decided we're going back to school.
And we'd be,
okay. And then maybe 2-3 nights later, no, I think we're going to do homeschool. And this went back and forth. And so we were getting it. So we're praying even harder.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, God, we just need to have an answer.
Yeah.
And no, but when they came back, when the time was that we said,
We gave them a deadline,
we have to know by this time.
Yeah.
And they came back and said, no, we're confident that we've heard God that we're to homeschool.
Yes.
And you know, the next 3 years,
They never questioned it.
never questioned
because
it.
they knew they had heard God.
Yeah.
There was no resistance. It was amazing, but it didn't start when they were in high school.
Right.
It started when they
That's
were.
a good point.
Yeah, they started
Exactly.
when we started when they were 6 and 8,
Yes.
including them in major decisions of life and ministry, and so I think they had the muscle strength.
Yes.
You know that, and I think learning to trust your kids in that, it's
Yeah.
risky. You know, and
Yes. And also trust the Lord.
Yes,
Oh,
That He will
absolutely.
speak and He will help you raise your kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming on an interview with us on our
it's been
YouTube
so
channel.
fun.
yeah.
And it's such a blessing to be with you guys.
Yeah.
And if some of the people watching want to check out your ministry, where could they find you?
Yeah, Steve and Lorraine Box.com.
I'll put the address in the description
Right.
box below,
Right.
and people can check you out.
Great.
Because you're in Norway, you're in Reading, and you're traveling to
All over Europe in different places.
all over
yeah.
Europe.
Yeah.
Cool. So if you're in a country where they're going, check them out. And
Or if you're in a country that you want us to come to,
Yeah.
oh yeah, they could write an email.
Yeah.
yes, you
Yeah.
can,
They
and you can
contact
get
us
it.
on the
You can
website.
get us on the website.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for
You're
coming.
very welcome.
And thank you for watching. If you want to check out any of our other videos, we'll put them up here or down here. They are mostly in Norwegian. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day and God bless you all.